Australian unemployment figures are estimated to rise to their highest level since 1994, with the expected rate to go from 5.1% to 10%, all thanks to coronavirus. Australian Treasurer George Frydenberg stated that the economic shock facing the global economy from the coronavirus is far more significant than what was seen during the global financial crisis over a decade ago. In response to the economic crisis, the government introduced the JobKeeper payment, which according to them would act as an economic lifeline for many Australians, giving about 6 million people access to $1,500 fortnightly payments. But as we move towards a global recession that is more than likely to happen, what can millennials and university students do to protect themselves from it? We go now to our I'm a Millennial, Get Me Out of Here correspondent who has some tips on how we can spare ourselves from this crisis. And fear not, international students, unlike the JobKeeper payment, these tips do apply to all of us.
Welcome back to I'm a Millennial, Get Me Out of Here. Now, just when you thought your mental health couldn't get any more worse, the sequel to the Great Depression is due to be hitting our shores very soon. Now, with the economic fallout of the coronavirus, we are expected to plunge into yet another global recession, with our own Prime Minister likening it to the Great Depression. But don't worry, it's not all bad news. We haven't gone completely Mad Max yet. And with the new JobKeeper payments, I'm earning more money than I've ever earned before. With that said though, as a broke and debt-riddled millennial, I find it's my duty to help you give you some hot tips on how to be responsible with your new money during this economic recession. Tip number 1, start saving your money. With this new JobKeeper payment, some of us are going to be receiving up to $1,500 a fortnight. But instead of spending that money on avocados and streaming services, why not put it away in savings? I mean, you never know when you're actually going to need it.
Oh, not again.
Tip number 2, downsize to a more modest lifestyle. Now, this doesn't mean you have to restrict yourself and just buy the bare minimum, but keep thinking, what can I buy that's essential, you know? What do I actually need? I think another good mindset that I like to keep is, do I really need this? Does this help me in any way? And I think keeping it to a more minimum lifestyle definitely will help you in the long run. It's a tip that I follow to the T. Or you can do what us millennials do best, and that's just relax and do absolutely nothing. At the end of the day, isn't that what life is about? And sometimes it's best to be comfortable with what you're used to. And for us millennials, that's having absolutely no savings and recklessly buying things that we absolutely do not need. Back to you, Tavleen.